Well guys, it's time to talk about the best Wii U game ever released. One of the most hype video game franchises you will ever see in your life. Of course, I'm talking about Super Smash Bros. Now, I've covered my affection for the series before in my Brawl video, but to have a short recap, Smash Bros. Is one of the best things ever. A fighting game that pits all of your favorite Nintendo characters against each other in a game packed with so much content that you're going to be playing just one version of these games for years and years and years. And previously, in my Sonic retrospective, I gushed about the time that our favorite blue hedgehog joined its ranks with the Wii title, Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Sonic beating up Mario, taking sass from Solid Snake, destroying the competition with the Chaos Emeralds. It was great! And I got real damn excited for the follow-up game that was coming to both the 3DS as well as the Wii U. And who was one of the first guest characters revealed for this latest installment? Oh, you know who it was. Mega Man! I lost my damn mind. The Blue Bomber was finally here to shoot his lemons at Mario, Link, Samus, Pikachu, and all the various Nintendo mascots at long last. And he definitely had the best reveal trailer out of all of them. I was unbelievably hyped when he was announced, and then, not long after, it was revealed that Sonic the Hedgehog was also going to be returning as a fighter as well. Sonic and Mega Man together in a fighting game. Finally, the joining of the Blue Blur and the Blue Metal Hero? That's not what you're supposed to call Mega Man. You're supposed to call Mega Man this. Super Fighting Robot, Mega Man. My two favorite franchises sharing the same space in a video game. Holy shit! When I was a kid, the only crossover between these two was this promotional image for Mega Man The Wily Wars on Sega Genesis, where we got to see the two characters holding hands and oh, sweet Jesus! 90s box art Mega Man, you are a fucking abomination. But as time went on, Sonic and Mega Man both got a comic book series with Archie, and so they did what was only natural and had a crossover. When Worlds Collide, Sonic and Mega Man teaming up to stop Dr. Wily and Dr. Eggman. It was well written, had great art, and is a legitimately fun comic event that I would recommend anyone pick up. It was great! And why am I covering these two only? Because I've made a hobby of the last 10 years playing Mega Man and Sonic games. These two franchises are my bread and butter, and I couldn't ignore their presence in one of the best fighting games ever. So, consider this a crossover of my two retrospectives, as I look at both Mega Man and Sonic the Hedgehog in Super Smash Bros. Right off the bat, I have to compliment how damn good Mega Man looks in this game. We don't get to see classic Mega Man in 3D too often, and there's a lot of different ways you could design his proportions, his outfit, his face, etc. And I like the approach of trying to make Mega Man anime and not making him quite as thin and lanky as he was in Mega Man 8. His body size is trying to evoke his frame from the 8-bit NES games, and it's such an adorable and appropriate take on the character. Even when he's on screen fighting, he still walks like he did in the NES games, and he still jumps the same too. Most characters do flips or something when they jump, not Mega Man though. Even jumping backwards, he's got that same pose as always. When Mega Man dies in a fight, he blows up into blue energy balls. He slides, he shoots lemons, he's Mega Man. He's everything you want him to be. Sonic looks just as fine as well. Keep in mind, mostly everything about his combat style and his looks are practically carried over from Super Smash Bros. Brawl, so I won't be going too deep into his stuff as I already made a video about that ages ago. But hey, Sonic looks great. Smash 4's colors aren't quite as muted as Brawl's were, so the blue on Sonic really pops on screen. He waits like the Genesis games, he spin dashes, he does his super peel out. Maybe you'd prefer classic chubby Sonic with black pupils, but this is the Sonic we all know and love from his recent adventures. The best thing about Mega Man's combat abilities was that they gave him a ton of the various Robot Master abilities that he's picked up over the years. He could throw Metal Man's metal blades, and just like in Mega Man 2, he could throw it in every direction if you push the control stick a certain way. He has Woodman's Leaf Shield, which can momentarily protect him from certain attacks and can be thrown at anyone in front of him. He could shoot Crash Man's Crash Bomber, which will cling onto enemy combatants and explode after 2 seconds. He grabs people with Guts Man's Super Arm and can hurl them off platforms. He swings Sword Man's Flame Sword, he spins into people with Top Man's Top Spin, he attacks people with Slash Man's Slash Claw, he can send people hurling to their doom by launching Hard Man's Hard Knuckle. My personal favorite ability is the one where you jump and push attack while holding up. This causes Mega Man to shoot Airman's Air Shooter directly above himself. Not only does it do multiple hits when it contacts with something, but it has the potential to actually rise enemies higher and launch them off the stage. I can't tell you how satisfying it is to have people falling back down, only for me to send them right back up. God, I love the Air Shooter. He can also summon his faithful dog companion Rush to act as a springboard and reach higher places. And you're gonna need Rush if you're super close to falling into a pit. Mega Man also has smash attacks where he uses Spark Man's electric rods to shock whatever's above him, and Flame Man's Flame Blast to launch anything that's directly left or right of himself. Smash attacks can be charged up to deal out the most effective damage, and I like that a basic forward smash for Mega Man is shooting a semi-charged Buster Shot. But if you hold the attack button down as long as you can, Mega Man unleashes the super deadly Charge Shot. Not only does the Charge Shot have the best range of any smash attack in the game, it's super powerful, capable of launching people out of the arena at 80 to 90% health. This Charge Shot is so good, and it's going to make most people say, "Not a Charge Shot!" Plus, because Mega Man is a Capcom character, they also gave him a Shoryuken-type uppercut when you hold up and press the attack button on the ground. And this move is really damn good. If Mega Man is close enough to his opponents, the Shoryuken actually delivers a critical hit. And this move is so effective all by itself, no charging needed whatsoever, that it can uppercut fools out of the stage at around 90% damage. I can't tell you how many times I saved myself at the end of a match with one well-timed Shoryuken. So freaking good. And then we gotta talk about Mega Man's final smash. When you shatter a Smash Ball, your character unlocks their ultimate super move, and Mega Man's gives him the ability to use Galaxy Man's Black Hole Bomb. And just like in Mega Man 9, you can let it go far before it activates on its own, or you can push the special button quickly to activate it wherever you want. And when people get sucked into that black hole, they run into X, Volnut, EXE, Star Force, holy shit, 5 Mega Men! Ah! Seriously, your opponents get sent to a dimension where the 5 Mega Men just destroy everybody with a super powerful charge shot, capable of killing everyone around you at 50% damage. It's beautiful! Mega Man is the hypest character ever, I swear. In my Brawl video, I commented that Sonic the Hedgehog was not my preferred fighter in the game, and for the most part, his move list is largely untouched from what it was in Brawl. I can say that they did give Sonic a little extra power to some of his attacks. His homing attack can actually kill people at 150% health this time around, which definitely was not the case in Brawl. A lot of his jumping attacks have great launching capabilities, and he is definitely still the fastest fighter in the game. Zipping around the arenas super quick, being able to curl into a spin dash at enemies which launches them into the sky, Sonic definitely has a lot more impact. His final smash is once again turning into Super Sonic, and it feels a little less powerful than it did in Brawl, but it's still a force to be reckoned with as Sonic zips around the screen, dealing out all kinds of damage until the effect wears off.
For being a hedgehog, Sonic really isn't very spiky, is he?
Yeah, I've seen spikier. It's true that you're more likely to find him curled up in a cute, harmless ball.
Not so harmless. That round shape lets him spin dash with ease.
I've changed my mind. He's entirely too spiky.
But you know who is my preferred fighter? Before, it would have been Mario, but with Smash 4, I can honestly say that I love Mega Man. I won't deny that his special attacks kinda suck. I don't get too much use out of Metal Blade, Leaf Shield, or the Crash Bomber. Crash Bombs are supposed to be this one-shot projectile that blows up people when it lands, but it can't even kill people at 200% damage. That feels like something that needs to change if Mega Man should return in a sequel. But when it comes to his basic attacks, his air shooter, his charge shot, his shoryuken, Mega Man is a very agile and very powerful combatant. I love that he has range, that his basic punch attack is shooting yellow pellet shots, that his super powerful smash attack can go across half of the screen, that I can launch people out of the stage when they get close to me with one well-timed uppercut. This is the most comfortable playstyle in the game for me, and I'm so happy that a character from one of my favorite franchises is one of the best fighters in the game. In my opinion, anyway. But with the 2's inclusion as fighters, that means they get a whole lot of content following along with them. Of course, the 2 characters have their own stages to battle in, and because this is on both the 3DS and the Wii U, that means we actually get more than 2 to show off. Kinda. In the 3DS version, Sonic's stage is a carryover from Super Smash Bros. Brawl. It's the same Green Hill stage with the horseshoe shape, the crumbling platforms, and Sonic's friends running through the loop-de-loop in the background. But on the Wii U, he gets an entirely new area based off of Windy Hill from Sonic Lost World. It's a lot wider, it has springs that occasionally pop in to help players from falling, and a windmill wheel that spins around very slowly. It doesn't actually react to weight like it did before, so you don't need to worry about spinning out of control. And Mega Man gets his own stage in the form of Dr. Wily's castle, specifically the castle from Mega Man 2. And this stage is represented in both the 3DS and Wii U titles. It's basically just a flat platform where occasionally some slow-moving platforms and conveyor belts will start showing up to give people extra ledges. But after a while, you gotta watch out, because the Yellow Devil shows up to pay a visit and attack all the combatants. It starts out standing in one place, shoots energy shots out of its eye, and then it transitions moving to the other side so much quicker than it does in the regular games. A fun detail about Yellow Devil, though, is that you can actually attack it, and if you manage to defeat it, a giant explosion triggers and damages everyone except the person who caused it. So when it does show up, it actually turns into a fun race where people rush to kill it before anyone else does. And that is such a great idea. With Smash 4, every single stage has the potential to be played in Omega Mode. Omega Mode transforms whatever you select into a single platform with no hazards whatsoever. A way to make Smash Bros. More competitive, to take away the bonus items and just let people fight it out with pure skill. So if you want a Sonic stage that doesn't crumble, that doesn't have springs, that can bounce you to your death, then you can play these versions to make it nice and simple. And with each stage comes a huge variety of music to listen to. Smash Bros. Soundtrack is gigantic. Like, holy shit, there are like 500 songs to listen to in the sound test. It's insane! And of course, many of them are Sonic and Mega Man related. You can listen to some medleys of all the NES Mega Man games, but they actually went out of their way to make a whole bunch of unique remixes as well. And man, they are so damn good. There are a lot of tracks for Sonic as well, but unfortunately none of them are remixes, with the exception of Angel Island, which is a carryover from Brawl. But still, you can customize the music for each stage so that the songs you want to listen to are played more often than the ones you don't. And with this new game, we got Night of the Wind, Reach for the Stars, Rooftop Run Act 2 from Sonic Generations, plus Wonder World and Windy Hill Act 1 from Sonic Lost World, and you guys know how much I love that game's soundtrack. One music quirk I have though, Sonic's victory theme makes sense. It's the same jingle in Sonic 3, Sonic Adventure, Sonic Generations. Like, that's his victory.
That was almost too easy.
But Mega Man, in my opinion, his victory theme feels a little off.
Winner is Mega Man!
I mean, I'm just saying, even in Mega Man 2, he had a really good jingle. So, you know, they could have gone with that. Also in Brawl, Sonic was voiced by Jason Griffith. In Smash 4, he's voiced by Roger Craig Smith. And they didn't really record any new lines with him. All of the voice clips are carried over from Sonic Generations and stuff. Which means that we no longer get Sonic saying,
"You're too slow! You're too slow! You're too slow!"
No, instead, now he says,
Sonic Speed! Sonic Speed!
ah, come on, get Roger to say you're too slow. It's iconic! Annoying too, but still, iconic! The game still has a ton of trophies to unlock in the game, and you can see figurines of all of your faves. Tails, Knuckles, Rush, Eddie, Amy Rose, Dr. Light, Metal Sonic, Proto Man, Dr. Eggman, and Dr. Wily. Actually, fun detail, in the Wii U version, Wily's trophy depicts him standing up and smiling. You know, his Mega Man 9 art. But the 3DS version has the poor doctor begging for forgiveness, as he always does. Please forgive me! But yeah, you can unlock Rouge the Bat, Bass and Treble, the Deadly Six, Mega Man X, Zero, some Flickies and Chow, and like before, you can arrange these trophies however you want and take some pictures with them. Look at these two great evil scientists! Look how badass X and Zero look! Oh, that reminds me, you can play as your Miis in Smash 4, and they actually have the option to customize their outfits. And there were a lot of DLC outfits involving Sonic and Mega Man, so you could dress your Miis up as X and Zero, and pretend to be everyone's favorite Maverick hunters. Sonic's not alone. Why, Tails and Knuckles are in the game as well! Sorta. I hear a familiar whistle. That means that Proto Man is here to compete in Smash 2. Let's jack into the microwave, because Mega Man.exe is a costume as well. The game brings back assist trophies where random video game characters come out to help whoever summoned them. So like in Brawl, Shadow the Hedgehog can show up to perform Chaos Control and slow down time for your enemies. And on the Mega Man side, you can summon Elecman, who just randomly jumps around constantly shooting the Elec Beam. The good news about these two characters, they're available right from the start. You don't have to play a lot of matches or go through a huge subspace story mode in order to unlock them. Smash 4 unfortunately doesn't really have a story mode. Instead, you just get the usual single-player modes and a thing for the 3DS called Smash Run, where you go around beating up random henchmen from all kinds of games to improve your stats for one particular fight. And this includes Egg Robos from Sonic and Knuckles, as well as Metools from Mega Man. Don't worry about Metools in this game, though. Mega Man finally thinks to just go up and grab them, and, well, that was easy. Sonic and Mega Man are just like one tiny drop in the huge bucket of water that is Super Smash Bros. By focusing only on these two characters, I'm not even talking about the huge scope, all of the various different modes, like the sandbag mode and the bomb modes, and that weird board game thing, Smash Tour and stuff. There's a lot I could be covering about Smash Bros., but honestly, I'm just looking at this because I'm a huge Sonic and Mega Man fan, my channel is dedicated to those two franchises, and that's really all I wanted to talk about. But anyone who's familiar with my channel knows about all the games that I've played in my past. Remember when I did a playthrough of Punch-Out for the Wii? I can beat up Little Mac as Sonic the Hedgehog. You remember when I did Pac-Man World for the PlayStation on my channel? Pac-Man's in this game as well, and you can beat him up if you want. And you know how I'm doing this Final Fantasy retrospective? And I've gone on record saying Final Fantasy VII is my second favorite video game of all time? Well, you can have Sonic and Mega Man going to Midgar to face off with Cloud Strife. You can fight Cloud with Sonic and Mega Man in this game. How is this game not illegal? I freaking love Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS. It's easily the best Nintendo game that has been released in the last 10 years. And you can be damn skippy that I'm highly anticipating the next entry, which is going to be further elaborated on at this year's E3. Please come back, Sonic and Mega Man. Please come back, especially Mega Man, because Mega Man is my new favorite main character in the Smash Bros. Series, and I'm going to be so sad, so disappointed if Mega Man doesn't make a return with the next game. But considering Mega Man 11's on the Switch and stuff, I'm sure Capcom and Nintendo probably have a good relationship going on, so I got high hopes that Mega Man and Sonic are probably gonna be back. But yeah, guys, who's your favorite Smash Bros. Character? What's your favorite stage from either the Wii U or 3DS one? What do you love about Smash Bros. For Wii U that I also probably love as well? This game is amazing. If you haven't picked it up already, what the hell is wrong with you? And this game's just freaking amazing. What can I say? I love how much care went into this game, and I love that they did both Sonic and Mega Man justice. They are depicted perfectly in this game. They are exactly how they should be, and I just love Smash Bros. To death. It's the best thing ever, and oh my god, I can't wait for the next Smash Bros. Game for the Switch. So really, that's all I have to add. Yeah, folks, that's it. Coming up next in the Sonic retrospective, well, we got ourselves a boom era to experience because, that's right, folks, we're starting up with Sonic Boom, Rise of Lyric. So, look forward to that, and until then.
Hey, look! It's Mega Man!
Is that really him? It is really him! Wow!
I hope he busts out his Mega Buster!
I want to see his charge shot.
Flame Blast!
Leaf Shield!
Rush Coil!
Metal Blaze!
Spark Shot!
Air Shooter!
Crash Bomber! Flash Claw!
Flame Sword!
Hard Knuckle!